Rich Coronius, and I'm here with Mai Tai TV episode number 9.
Whoa!
That's 9 episodes. This is insane. Yay! We are so happy today.
We are happy.
But before we begin discussions, I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize to all the Irish people, all the Bostonians, all the Philadelphians, and all the Curaçaoans that I might have offended over the past few weeks. I've realized the errors of my ways and will not personally antagonize your nations, states, and or well-being in the future. Anyway, that is now over. I'm George. This is
Hambone!
And tonight we're going to be talking about all kinds of awesome stuff, including...
Tonight we're going to be talking about how to make a perfect mojito. This is going to be George's special recipe, a little left of center than what you may find in any kind of liquor book.
Because I'm left of center!
He is totally left of center. We're also going to talk about Daredevil. No spoilers. I have finished it. George has not.
I might spoil stuff!
He might spoil stuff, but we're at least not going to blow the ending for you, because he hasn't seen it yet.
I'm only 5 episodes in.
Yes, and Elektra is the greatest Greek superheroine.
Yes. Is she Greek in the show?
We'll get to that in just a minute. We're going to talk about board games versus video games. We're going to talk about replacement singers of bands. And we have something big tonight. We now have just one unboxing.
We got double unboxing!
We are going to put Funko head-to-head with Loot Crate and see what shakes out a little better.
Who is psyched right now?
I'm
All
psyched.
4 of you better be psyched right now. And actually it's 3 because one of them is us. Anyhow... we are going to get right into it. We're going to make one of my favorite drinks, the Mojito. The Mojito is my summertime go-to magic drink. Like, it makes me so happy.
And it's cool, too, because I was trying to figure out what drink to make this weekend. George's like, nope, mojito.
Mojito, I mean, it was warm this week. We make the Mojito. We make the Mojito if you're in a Cuban restaurant. We make the Mojito if you're happy. We make the Mojito when it's warm outside. The Mojito is the best-sounding name in the world.
It really
Mojito.
is.
I just want to hug you.
I want to hug.
It kind of reminds me of Moses.
Friendship.
Like, it just sounds like a name. Like, I think Moses invented it.
He might have invented
Moses is my second shooter. He'll never watch this because he doesn't watch R-rated things, and this is explicit.
Certainly is.
But one day I hear he was just like, he was a very young child. 'Cause the Mojito's only about 25 years old. When he was like 5 or 6, he was walking around the streets, and his little auntie was like, Moses, Mojito, come here, in Spanish. And she's like, I have created this concoction of wonderfulness, and it's called the Mojito. It's named after you because Mojito means little Moses in Cuban. And this ties very well to our president's recent venture to Cuba.
Just went out of Cuba, and you know what I bet he drank?
High fives!
A mojito.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so the first thing we gotta talk about is the muddler. The muddler is like the coolest little thing in the world. You just go in and you jam. And so, first thing I gotta do is give the muddler to him to hold.
Holding the muddler.
And,
Albert is George.
hey, Albert Adam, we're making mojitos!
Mojito.
Get psyched! Okay, so I'm going to... Albert is my counterpart. He's the one who helped me make... Like, we were the ones who made those really cool VR videos the other day.
Very cool.
And he is the master of all things awesome. He is a beer connoisseur like no other.
Really?
I'm going to go pull a couple... Like, do you leave the stems in there?
I don't leave the stems in there when I make a mojito. I think you just really want the leaves in
You
there.
want it to be... See, I like the juices that come out of the leaves. But
Well, it's a very
okay.
controversial thing. Some people
get
do
it.
put the stems in. But you see, like, some of the stems here are actually really thick. So, better err on the side of caution and just go with the sprigs of the leaves.
So, and we're just muddling. I mean, it's muddling a little bit. It's wonderful. How many sprigs do you usually use? Like, how many...
That's
like,
a good amount of sprigs.
What's good? Like, that's good. It smells so good. Did
It
you
does.
smell that?
I can smell it. It smells
Ah.
delicious.
Did you clean my squeezer thing? Of
course I cleaned your squeezer.
good. Now, I'm going to
I work in food service, dude. You don't mess around with that.
Hi, Christine. How are you? No, you're not Christine. Who are you?
Christine, give her a shout out.
Hey, Christine, I'm giving you a shout out. Whoop, whoop. So, I am going to put in a ½ ounce of simple syrup to help muddle this. I like having a little bit of juice in here to help, like, get the squishies. Think about it like, you know, I think about this a lot, like when I was a young child in the island of Chios in Greece, and I was forced by my family to make wine, and that's a big thing in Greece, is wine making. And it was just years and years of stomping on wine until my father thought it was okay to release me from the wine fields.
And that's why you have red feet to this day.
And that's why I have red feet to this day. and we were particularly a ouzo family. but there was a little one. So I like to go in there and really I want to hear the popping. I like to hear the popping of the sprigs. Like, it's a big deal for me to pop the sprigs. And that releases all the natural ointments and ingredients. Am I speaking correctly? Like, that's kind of it, right?
It feels good.
You really, really want to, like, get in there, get in there, get in there. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Ken says Opa.
Opa, Ken! So, there's a good amount. We should have made one beforehand. This is going to take forever.
That's okay. I'll just start mine up.
Yeah. We'll, so, the next thing we do is take 2 ounces of white Jamaican rum. I recently found out that Appleton makes a Jamaican rum, and I am so happy because I love Appleton rum. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. You're going to start doing your stomping. Okay. Oh, I just spilled. You'd think I'm drunk already. So 2 ounces of white rum.
So why we normally keep paper towels on
I'm going to pass it to you.
Well, just put it on
I could just walk off set like I always do.
You could. Don't worry about it.
And then I'm going to grab my squeezy thingy and put half a lemon, which is about half an ounce of lime. Sorry, of lime. Oh, that's a very small glass. This is going to get messy. Okay, I'm squeezing. I'm squeezing using my squeezing thingy. I'm using all my Greek might.
Got a lot of Greek might. Was Hercules Greek?
Yes.
Don't ever cut your hair then. You got this.
And so I'm like, you got to make the noise while you squeeze. Squeeze the might of the lime squeezer. All right, so what did I say? We got half an ounce of simple syrup, a couple sprigs of muddled mint. No, mint. Mint.
Yeah, don't use basil. I did that once when I was a kid. I just grabbed the wrong green leaf out of the fridge because I had a few drinks in me. You know, have a girl over, making her a fun cocktail. You just grab the wrong. You've been drinking for a bit. You grab the wrong green leaf, and the mojito suddenly tastes a little bit off.
So we've got 2 ounces of white rum. We've got half an ounce of simple syrup. We've got a whole bunch of sprigs of leaves. We're gonna fill this thing up with a good amount of ice in here, because ice is a wonderful thing. Am I missing anything? I feel like I'm missing something.
You got the top with the club soda?
Yeah, I'm gonna top it off the club soda, or else it's kind of worthless. So let me do that. And we're gonna fill this up with club soda. And we're gonna use our straw as our mixy. What do you call those?
Straws.
Straws. Oh, it's so lovely. But you do have to mix it up nicely. Sometimes I like to leave my my muddler in the bottom of the thing so I can lift up.
Stirs. Thanks, Ken.
Stirs. So I can lift up the stuff at the bottom. But, you know, I will just stir for a little bit while you finish up. So, anyway, back to the history of the Mojito. Moses was a naval engineer before he was a second shooter. And he was, you know, fell in love with his great auntie's recipe for the Mojito. And he brought it to our country and said, if you take me in as a permanent resident, I will forever teach you this recipe called the Mojito. And now we have this. And, you know, that's why here. I just feel like I need to bring up more of the stuff from the bottom. So I'm going to use the spoon to get it up.
That's what the spoon's for.
The spoon is...
The spoon on the end of the muddler is to kind of help you release some of that delicious muddled ingredients from the bottom. Because ideally, when you have a mojito, you want to have the pieces of lime floating around in there. And again, remember, no matter what, don't use the wrong green leaf.
So that looks nice. You know, I'd like to see the green in there. We have made a gigantic mess on tonight's episode, guys. We apologize. But this is so good. See, now slowly stretch it. Bring up the mince from the bottom. Pull and stir. Pull and stir. Pull and stir.
You only mess up one mojito in your lifetime, buddy.
So we're going to move ahead and talk about Daredevil, which is the best show on television today. Is that correct?
I would have to agree with you there. First off, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Tuesday.
Aloha.
Aloha.
All right, I think that's good. We're playing around.
Shit, that's good.
We're playing around with the recipe because nobody has a straight recipe for the mojito. A lot of them do the sugar syrup, make it in there, but I'm not very good at that. So I just went ahead and guessed on the ingredients. And I felt we need a little more sugar to balance out the lime, and I felt we need a little more alcohol because it's always good.
Yes.
So I went from 1.5, which I found, to 2 ounces, and I went with half an ounce of simple syrup, just to get a little bit sweeter.
I think it's. I
I
think we
think
nailed
it's a
it.
great Mai Tai.
Yes, I think
More
this
Mai
is.
Tai. Great mojito.
Yeah, it's definitely not a whitewashing. So, Daredevil is exceptional. Now,
Yes.
I have a thing where I thought Daredevil season 1 was awesome. I thought season 1 of Jessica Jones was better, and then here they come with Daredevil season 2. My sock's not clean off. It is amazing from start to finish. I pretty much spent the entire weekend not going out and doing anything, staying home, watching Daredevil, and it was a wise choice.
I loved it. We got through episode 5. Sadly, I've been a little slow because I had to go speak yesterday at this crazy wedding photographer event,
Right.
which was amazing, but it meant I had to pull back a little on the Daredevil
Right.
love. I got through the first, so what I love about this season, I don't know if it carries through the whole way, but much like a comic book is like issue arcs. Like you have 4-issue arcs,
Right.
5-issue arcs. The first 4 episodes are the Punisher arc.
Yes.
I don't think that's a spoiler because the Punisher's in all the previews.
He's in
The guy who
posters.
plays him, Shane from Walking Dead, oh my god, he was made to be the Punisher.
He gets even better on the episodes you haven't seen yet.
Really?
Oh, dude, I, you know, as much as I love doing this, I almost wanted to blow it off tonight so you could finish the series because it just gets better. You're right. It goes in arcs. Every like 3 or 4 episodes is a different arc, and this is the full realization of all the characters. You know, the characters that you might not have thought much of in the first season. Karen Page turns out to be awesome in the season 5.
I thought Karen Page was the best things about the first season.
Yeah, but you know, she was just kind of there because it was an origin story. I mean, that's the problem. My only real critique of the first season was that it's an origin story. This second season, they hit the ground running, and it just they take some really key moments out of the comic itself, like really like.
I mean, this is the Frank Miller arc.
This is
really.
the Frank Miller arc, and some other things mixed in there as well, and it just. It plays. It totally plays, and I am completely. I wish there was more. That's my only critique of Daredevil season 2. I wish there was more.
So far I got through the 5th episode, which is the first episode entirely with Elektra in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little worried at first that there were like. So my problem with a lot of shows are that they blow their load in like episode 2 or something.
Right.
When you bring all the bad guys, all the great people.
Right.
I call it the Spider-Man 3 problem.
Yes.
We're like, let's get the Sinister Six in there, and Venom, and Carnage, and the Hobgoblin, and let's just throw in, like, everybody.
Yeah.
And it boggles it down, it wastes everybody, and
Which I think is going to
worried.
be the problem with Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yeah, no. That is far from the only problem that's going to be in Batman
that
versus
is
Superman.
going to be one of the main problems with it. It's going to be, let's just try to cram everyone in there. Daredevil season 2 had that perfect balance where, yeah, on paper, they could have wiped out by putting in Elektra, by putting in the Punisher, and having Daredevil in there. And also doing the Marvel tradition of throwing in different kinds of Easter eggs and throwing in different nods to other series and trying to tie it into other things. They did it seamlessly.
Yeah.
They did it seamlessly. Everyone got their time to shine. Everyone got their high points. It was so good.
And I thought about it, they haven't even gotten, unless I'm blowing something, I mean, they haven't even gotten to, like, Typhoid Mary or Bullseye yet. Like, there is still, like, so much more they can do down the line.
Yeah, no, they didn't just try to squeeze it in there just to squeeze it in. I mean, you have to watch it more because there's so many things that I can't talk about. And I won't talk about because when people actually do watch this on YouTube...
Their minds will be blown.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this episode 9
On
is
Netflix.
the best thing we've ever done. But when they start watching Daredevil, I don't want to be the guy that's responsible for going, oh my god, and this happened. And then they're just like, well, shit, I would have really enjoyed the cheap pop in my living room had I not watched your stupid show first.
So a big thing, a lot of people talk about how Deadpool's a hard R and it's changed the comic. I'm like, you think that's a hard R?
Dude.
Daredevil is way worse. I mean, it is like Deadpool, it's silly gore. It's you are not shocked by seeing a man shish kebabbed with like swords when it's
Right.
just kind of tongue in cheek and you're winking at the camera.
Deadpool's more 80s slasher.
Yes. Daredevil, when you just see a man blow another guy's head off and just like, or I think it was in the first season where the Kingpin takes a guy's head and bashes it against the
Yeah.
door until it literally bashes off.
Yeah, it's-
like that's way worse of a hard R.
R-rated. Now, the only thing that they don't do in Daredevil is say the F word. I do think that the Punisher let it slip on the roof.
No, he did say it.
He did say
Yeah,
it.
he did say it.
He did.
Yeah.
Damn it! I knew it.
Actually, I thought I heard it a few times. I think the F word's actually.
No, that was the only time I ever heard it, and it was in such a like. John Barenthal's a great actor. He is really good. He really, really got the Punisher. And when he let it slip, it's like, you know, we talked about on this show. I try not to say the F word as much as I can because all my favorite words have 4 letters in them. However, when he said it, he made it count, and it was good.
Yeah, no, I love it. Look, after watching the O.J. Simpson show, which drops the F-bomb weekly.
Did they bleep that out?
No.
Really?
No, that show is out of control.
What?
That show is next to Daredevil. If you're not watching the O.J. Simpson show, which we will not discuss until Hambone hurries up and catches up on it.
Catch up.
It is like the second best show on television right now.
Right.
Right now. I mean, Game of Thrones hasn't started yet. Daredevil, I was actually like, hey, is Disney even watching this? Because the stuff they're letting in there is just, it's just amazing.
Disney's all allergic to money. Disney
It's not allergic to
and
money.
Disney is a very progressive company. It's, you know, when you look at Disney, what it was, you know, World of Disney, was it Michael Eisner? Back in the day, he said, "Oh, no, work at what?" It was just family oriented. You know, they wouldn't let anything fly that wasn't up to snuff. They tried to bury Song of the South. I mean, that was Disney back then. And then they realized that the world's evolving, the world's changing, the audience is changing too. And they do it. They have their stuff that is strictly family friendly. They have their stuff that is Daredevil. And then they have the Marvel movies, which sit kind of somewhere in the middle, all tying in same universe. It's great.
So I would put...
Something for everybody.
I would literally put...
God damn, it's a good drink.
Yeah, it is a very good drink. I honestly would... And Allison, when we get done, we'll make you one too, because that is... this is better than what we had yesterday. So, sorry about the trial run. Anyway, I would put it... I would put Daredevil Season 2 as the best.
Yes.
So far on the Netflix.
Yeah.
Then I would give it to Jessica Jones and then Daredevil Season 1. But we are talking by such hairs here.
Like
splitting hairs. This is some of the
hairs.
best TV you will ever see. Ever. And if you don't have Netflix, you should get Netflix for it. If you wanted to go see Batman, Superman, you should skip it and watch Daredevil instead.
I would.
And just enjoy the fact that we now have truly great Marvel superhero television.
We do.
Now, big question.
Yes.
Where do you put Daredevil up against? Where do you put Daredevil up against the DC television shows?
Far and away, a top.
Yep.
Top. Listen, I love Flash. I love Legends of Tomorrow. I love Arrow. Daredevil blows it all away. Yeah, dude, Daredevil's totally better than the Flash. I know. I love Barry Allen too, but we're talking like straight TV show. It's Daredevil all day.
And look, we love Jessica Jones. We're getting a lot of comments on Periscope right now. Jessica Jones fans. We're not saying Jessica Jones is bad. Like, it's not. It's just as far as greatness, both Jessica Jones and Daredevil were both origin stories, and I have a feeling the next episode of Jessica Jones is going to be incredible too.
Yeah. No, Zoom is not Hambone. You silly guy. Here's the thing. I think that Jessica Jones blows Daredevil Season 1 out of the water. Fight me.
Yeah.
I will say that I think now maybe it's just because I just saw Daredevil Season 2. I was just really happy with the way they balanced everything out. And they did some really cool things that we can't talk about because you haven't seen it yet. So with that, let's move on to the next topic. Board games versus video games.
So yeah, I mean, look, I grew up of the generation where you put me down in front of an NES. I mean, board games were Candyland.
Yeah, and in life.
And I never played Life, but Candyland and Monopoly is the most boring, horrible thing in the entire world.
Right.
Board games don't do it for me. I am a video game guy. I am a Nintendo guy. I'm a Nintendo 64 guy. Allison, when we started dating, I hadn't played a video game system since my NES. I just kind of wasn't into it. I was into comic books and I don't remember, punk rock. That was what I was into. So when I met Allison was like, you need a Super Nintendo. My friend Jeff, this way after Super Nintendo, this was like 97.
Right.
So my friend Jeff was like, he was a manager at KB Toys.
Right.
And they had a demo Super Nintendo unit.
What?
And like when they got rid of it, it just somehow ended up in my house. And Allison had all these games. She was a big Mortal Kombat fan and a Zelda and a Mario fan. So
basically she wanted you to get her a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but it just got me into...
Your plan worked.
And I got into video games, and since then it's been N64, it's been PlayStation 2, GameCube, all the way. And like for me, I don't have time to sit there and figure out a game. I like some card games, Magic the Gathering, Cards Against Humanity, truly unique games like that. But for me, video games are where it's at. Talk to me.
So I like video games a lot. I do. I like that video games is something that I can do by myself.
Stop the presses!
Hold on.
The Fallout DLC is out today? Automatron or whatever it's called? Oh!
All right. So, I I like the community aspect of board games. I like that now me and my buddies can get together. We can have a couple beers, have a couple laughs, and we could actually go and have some fun at home. I mean, when you have a video game that you're playing with one other person, I know the show's on mine now. I'm your host, John Hambone McGuire, and this is Mai Tai TV. I like that we get together and we hang out. My buddy's Team Unwinnable actually have a board game club, and it's something that's cool to do because now with video games being the way they are, it becomes sort of a solitary event, whereas with board games, everyone gets together and hangs out. Oh look, we got a guest tonight.
Allison says
Allison
said I have to finish the show
You
before
kinda
I
have
can
to
play
finish the
Fallout
show.
4. I don't understand. That's like really horrible. Anyway, I don't know what he just said, but Fallout 4 Automatron is out now, DLC. Yeah. That's the rest of my life given up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So where were we on board games?
I don't know, but I think you just got grounded.
I just got grounded. Talk to me. Look, I used to love playing card games.
Right.
Because of the like connection with the people with me. But most of them were fairly easy to just pick up and play. Yeah. Like mana. I get mana. It's Greek. Mana. Right. And I cast Fireball. And spell. Sierra Angel.
Yeah, done.
But board games, especially the ones you play, seem so convoluted. So Hambone has this feed where I can watch them play board games. And what you don't know is I watch you guys like every Saturday because we do nothing but watch you guys on the live feed of Unwinnable, seeing you guys play games. I'm like, how do you guys even know what you're doing?
See, here's the thing. I'll tell you my secret. I let the people who are a little bit smarter than me figure it out, and then they teach me.
But that makes no sense because you're the smartest friend I have.
It's arguable. There's a George and another George, and then maybe a baby Hambone that comes in third or fourth. But that's what I do. I learned how to play Clue, which I thought was huge because I've been playing Clue wrong my entire life. But now with these other games, I let them figure it out, or I'll buy the game, they'll figure it out, and then we have fun.
So the truth is, where are you at in board games versus video games, though?
Right now, I'm just really enjoying board games because it's a way to get together with my friends, have some beers, have some laughs, whereas I will go and I'll sit down and I'll just grind a video game when I have the time. But mostly I just watch movies.
But what if the wasteland is calling?
See, I never went into the wasteland.
But war, it never changes.
Got me there, buddy.
Like, seriously, how do you turn that... Oh, I'm gonna go play board games. War, it never changes. Fallout 4 has changed my life. Fallout 3 changed my life. Right now I'm actually playing Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Right. I want you to know that Uncharted 1... is boring as hell, and you just have to get through it.
You gotta get through it. I got like 2 chapters left.
You gotta get through it. You just gotta get through it. Uncharted 2, just right off the bat. Right off the bat, you're in a train, it's falling off the side of a mountain, you need to climb up the train. Like, right out the bat. Right out the gate. And then it starts going like cutscenes, like future, past, future, past, future, past. Like you're in a movie, going back and forth. It's so exciting. I also like the fact that I can play one of those games in like 8 hours. Like, you can beat Uncharted is like 8 hours, but the problem with Uncharted 1 is you're stuck in the same, like, oh, yay, it's whatever that is.
I actually had to go on IGN and pull up a walkthrough because I got caught in this one treasure room.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I had to do it too.
Yeah, because you could get the flying...
I don't know which one it was, but I just couldn't.
It was like, I think it was chapter like 15 or 16 or something, and it just, I kept like getting knocked off, and I hate time jumping, so I just pulled up the walkthrough, put it on my iPad, and I was going, okay, this, and then I'm out. If you guys are looking for some fun board games to play...
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap is fun. It never goes off. Have you ever gotten it to go off the right way?
My parents couldn't afford Mousetrap when I was a child, so I never got to play it.
He played with an actual mousetrap when he was a child. There was a dead mouse in it. If you're looking for fun board games to play, King of Tokyo, Cosmic Encounter is really fun by Fantasy Flight Games. My friends also really enjoy Ticket to Ride as well. Most of these games you could actually get now in your local game store, or you can go to Barnes & Nobles, which apparently has a huge game selection because no one's buying books.
It's so true. It's so true.
It's kind of weird. So... with that...
what would you suggest? Let's say I want to get into board games today. Right. But I'm not as smart or intelligent as, say, a Stu Horvath or someone like that.
King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo.
It's a good party game. King of Tokyo is a good party game.
Do I need to be drunk and or high to play this game?
No. You can have just as much fun not drunk. However, if you got a few in you, you might start screaming, extra head! Extra head! A little more. There are party games and there are serious, like, heavy board games, like something like an Arkham Horror, which takes, like, a lot of rule reading. The rule book is, like, this thick. And it takes about 4 hours to play if you're going to do it right.
Where does Cards Against Humanity fall into this?
Cards Against Humanity is the top party game in the world right now. And that's an easy game. You read the rules. make up dirty phrases. Boom, boom, Bob's your uncle. Everyone goes home happy.
I have a George Cronius card.
I know you do.
It's the greatest card ever.
There's a Hambone card that comes up at the absolute worst times.
There is a Hambone card.
Yes, there's a Hambone card. They give you blank cards.
Oh,
and I got
no.
a Sharpie.
I had a George Cronius card made because I got the 12 Nights of Kwanzaa or something. I signed up for it. 8 Nights of Kwanzaa. Excuse me, burpee today.
At least with Mojito, you're burping, man.
So I got they sent out all the special cards. It was the Apocalypse cards. It was the Ebola card. I have the Ebola card. But I also have a George Cronius card, which is awesome.
Does it come up at all the wrong times?
Yes. It's like, who killed the Jews? And then my name comes up. It's bad. It's bad.
That's Cards Against Humanity for you, folks.
So the next thing we're going to do, do we want to talk a topic or do we want to do a box? We shouldn't do all the boxes at the same time.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I think we should do a box right now.
Let's do a box right now.
I'm saying we do a box right now. What do you guys say? Fans of the world, do we do a box right now? Periscope, lots of hearts. Hearts out the wazoo. We're doing a box right now.
Funko or Loot Crate?
I say let's do Funko.
All right.
Do it! Box! Yes, we are doing the box right now. So we are doing, the first thing we're doing is the Smuggler's box. The Smuggler's Bounty box. You've gotten this one already.
I have, and I will tell you, I was really happy with what I saw inside, and I'm going to be really happy when I open this one right now.
Maybe I should open it since I never opened that one.
Do it.
And you do the Loot Crate one.
I'll do the Loot Crate one. I'm pretty stoked about this. This is the Bounty Hunt, no, I'm sorry, the Cantina box, which has some fun things in it. And this one is going to have 2 brand new pops, 2 brand new molds.
It's a Greedo-themed box! Woo! Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Single hand open.
On the second try.
On the second try. Here you go. I kind of like your stainless steel one. So let's see what we got in here. So, as always, our box opens up with our patch of the month and our metal thing of the month. The metal pin of the month is the sax player. He kind of looks like a vagina.
He does.
It's the sax player. Is it the sax? No, I don't know what a sax player is in Star Wars world.
He's playing a bassoon. If anyone knows the bassoon player in the Cantina of Star Wars, please let us know on Periscope.
And then we have a Greedo patch,
which is a pretty awesome looking patch. I actually have to go to Michael's this week and get some fabric glue to put on my sweet patches on my denim jacket.
I actually think this is a Mos Eisley patch.
It is.
And I love that it has writing in Greedo-ish.
Yeah, whatever Greedo's language
Whatever Greedo's language, and I do not want to offend the people of Greedland. Greed 2. Let's just try to get this a little more open so you guys can see what's in there. So the next thing that's in there, I love how you had to like reveal, like literally it's like and we have a Chewbacca pen.
I was so happy when I got this.
You were?
Oh my god, yeah, dude, look, it's a little
baby
baby
Chewbacca head? Is this a bobblehead?
No, it's not. Just looks like they're Funko guys.
Okay, the weight's a little off balance for me. As a professional writer, I don't think I could really use this to do longhand because of just the weight of the Chewbacca head. It's kind of rough. But that's still kind of cool because it's something different. It's not just the usual shirt, box, pop. So, I have a, is this a, is this a Yak Face shirt?
Yeah.
That's Yak Face. No, it's Monadon.
Monadon. Yeah.
Oh, Monadon. Did everybody get different Smuggler?
There are 4 different shirts, one of which is a Han Solo shirt. I got, I forget the guy's name right now, but he's awesome.
Who did you get?
I forget the guy's name.
I got Oumuamua.
Yeah.
Oumuamua?
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead. That's not Yak Face.
No, it's not Yak Face.
I don't know enough about Star Wars, but that's a really nice shirt.
That's a pretty badass shirt.
And I'm so glad it's not a pop shirt, because I hate when I get pop shirts. I know you like the pop shirts.
Well, I like this better than a pop shirt. I'm probably going to order one of these on eBay once I find the Han Solo one. Let's get real.
They have a Han Solo Smuggler one?
It's in one of the boxes.
Is it old Han Solo or new Han Solo?
It's old Han Solo.
Woo! I got Piggy. So, first pop. I have red Snaggletooth.
The variant this month is going to be blue Snaggletooth.
Did you get blue Snaggletooth?
No, I never get the variant boxes. Let's get real. I never get the variant boxes.
And Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
Isn't that Obi-Wan?
No, yeah, it's the same thing. This was, this is a new mold of Ben Kenobi made specifically for the Star Wars Funko box.
That is a very nice head right there. Well, that's everything that's in the Star Wars box. I think that's a great box this month.
It's a fantastic box.
I mean, it's not Flock Chewbacca, but
The best pop ever made.
It's up there.
So, do we open the loot crate now?
No, now we talk about replacement singers.
Ooh, okay.
And we are right on late. So
fine.
let's talk about replacement singers. Let's first talk about, look, it's a horrible thing when our favorite bands lose their lead singer.
It's true.
It's the soul of the band, it's the heart of the band, it's the lead singer of the band, it's the voice of the band, it's the presence of the band, but it happens all the time.
Yeah, more often than it should.
So let's start off first with, what are your thoughts about replacement singers? Like, do you get heartbroken? Would it hurt more if you forever lost your band, or do you kind of like give it a chance? Like, where do you go with this?
Well, I've got two great reasons why you should give a replacement singer a chance. Bruce Dickinson, and now what's the name of the dude from AC/DC?
Michael Graves, right there. Good job.
Brian Jones from AC/DC. Also, third good reason,
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ronnie James Dio taking
Ronnie
over
James Dio.
for Ozzy.
Those are legends who took over. Well, I don't know if Brian Johnson was, but
No, but I mean, that's when, you had a great band like AC/DC that got better with Brian Johnson. And then you had Ronnie James Dio, which really brought Black Sabbath into a whole new vibe and sound. And then you have Bruce Dickinson. Who's Bruce Dickinson?
So for me, I'm torn. Like,
Right.
I mean, right now I've had the problem. My favorite band is Turbo Negro.
Right.
Turbo Negro has replaced Hank because he became a crazy Scientologist, like
Well,
with the Jesus sect of Scientology, and he has since gone on to become a folk hero. And like he's the judge on American Idol Norway or something. Yeah, he's like famous now. But he's not in Turbo Negro. They decided to continue with the president of Turbo Jugend England or London. The guy's pretty good. But it's tough to like just be like, well, that's the guy. And the fact is, Hank wasn't the original lead singer of Turbo Negro either.
Right.
There was someone on the first album. The same situation with Iron Maiden. But what were your thoughts? It's like, for me, I saw Iron Maiden multiple times when Blaze Bayley was the lead singer.
Right.
Both on the Future Real tour and on the X Factor tour. And it was tough to me to say, this man is now Bruce Dickinson.
Right.
So it's like, would you rather see your band dissolve forever? Or would you rather, I mean, like the Smiths could easily replace Morrissey and just go on. I don't know why they're doing that. But, and look, the Pogues were, when Shane MacGowan died, Joe Strummer replaced him, and
Right.
he was fantastic.
But he's Joe Strummer.
But, for every one of those, like, growing up, it's 1995. The Misfits are reuniting and looking for a lead singer.
Right.
There are ads in the aquarium.
Right.
We are so psyched. Because we're gonna see, because we never saw the Misfits dancing.
No, I bought into that. I totally bought into it.
Michael
I gave
Graves,
it the old
as
college try.
crazy as he is,
Yeah.
filled the shoes.
Well, I will go on record and say that if it wasn't called The Misfits, American Psycho, fantastic record. Great record. I would rather the band go away. Because if it's, if you're not always going to get the caliber of a Dio, of a Bruce Dickinson, of a Brian Johnson. And sometimes it's good when things go away. Because, eventually all these bands get back together because they got child support.
What about the Germs situation? You have replaced the lead singer of the Germs, who died very young after their first album, with the guy who starred in the movie about the lead singer of the Germs. We saw that shit at Asbury Lanes, and he was awesome.
Right.
He even kept the fake teeth in. Like, that is something that's kind of out there and awesome. Sublime with Rome is another example.
Yeah, a guy that sounds exactly like the guy who died.
But Sublime with Rome, so that's the Alice in Chains situation.
Right.
But you see, with Alice in Chains, and maybe even with Sublime, I say good for them.
Yeah.
Because if your lead singer is going to go crack up and, like, shoot up and die and cost you guys your living, I say replace him.
Oh, no, from a band standpoint, I say replace them, let the chips fall where they may. From a fan standpoint, I think it's good when things go away sometimes.
And I think it's age, too. Like, if Iron Man, God forbid, knock on Tiki, Bruce Dickinson were to have died from cancer,
right?
Like, I would not want him replaced. I want that to be the end of Iron Maiden. I'd be perfectly content with their span.
Yeah.
The Dead Kennedys with the third lead singer.
It's
don't
three
really
now,
care.
right?
Yeah, third.
Yeah.
They're on their third. When Jello Biafra's out there doing a better job at being Jello Biafra than ever before.
Well, that's what the argument is, because you have some of the singers who still go on. They do solo tours, and you have to sit through their god-awful records to get to hear them sing the songs from the band you want to hear.
And that's the situation with Bruce Dickinson. Even though I did like a lot of his stuff when he was solo, the Chemical Wedding, the Tattooed Millionaire stuff was very good. I really didn't need to get through that. to get to hear him do Fear of the Dark at the Birch Hill nightclub. Notice he rejoins the band and they're doing Madison Square Garden.
They're selling.
Look at that, Glenn Danzig. You want to make money? Go rejoin the band. But you know, it's something I'm kind of torn about. It's like if Greg Graffin were to die tomorrow, like Bad Religion would not be the same if they got a new lead singer.
I don't think they would.
But Pennywise, you know, Jim left the band, and Zoli was 10 times better and released one of the best albums of their career.
But didn't he come back?
Then he quit because he realized he just could not hang with that kind of drugs.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's just how I feel. I'm kind of torn. Have you ever been replaced in the band? Is there a replacement Hambone out there?
Oh, no. I mean...
No, there is none. It doesn't exist?
It doesn't exist. There's one of me.
Like, I couldn't imagine a Hambone being replaced.
No, I've been replaced in bands, and then the bands broke up afterwards because, you can't hang without ham. Without the ham, you can't hang. Yeah.
So
it's like trading the party wolf in for a puppy.
We are gonna go next time. Next real show we do, because we have some weird stuff going. Next week's gonna be a WrestleMania preview show, probably in its entirety. So if you don't like wrestling, just unsubscribe right now. The week afterwards, we're gonna do a tape show at Punk Rock Bowling. Punk Rock Flea Market.
Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market.
And we will be there live. You will be able to find us and talk to us. Go right up to us. We love hugs. Just hug us. Anywhere you see us, especially Hambone. Hug him from behind.
Please shout
hard. He will love it. Just do it. And then the week after, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. We're still looking for guests. We've been turned down by everybody. We've
been turned down by a lot of people.
No one wants to do our show.
It's like when I try to get a date for prom in high school.
But we are still here. We also would love it if you subscribe to us on iTunes. And we know way more of you subscribe to us on iTunes than you watch us on YouTube or on Periscope. If you could please leave a review. Please give us some stars. Please give us some love. That goes a long way. We need to become the #1 pop culture podcast starring a Greek and an Irishman in the world tomorrow. So get on it. I mean, we need to beat, like,
5 stars,
HellenicMick.com. Like, we just got to do it. So, like, do it now. Let's open the last box.
Open the last box. You know what's funny?
You've been trying to unsubscribe to Loot Crate forever, and you just can't seem to do it.
It still don't work. It still doesn't work.
You haven't gotten one yet, though, have you? Are they just charging you? Do you have this one?
No, I don't know. They said it shipped, so we'll see what happens. I just want to remark right off the bat that just box size alone...
It probably sucks.
Yeah.
What do we have? Hambone? This is the Versus box. This is Versus, whatever that means.
Right off the bat, I mean, one of the things I do appreciate about Loot Crate, they do pretty cool boxes. This looks like the jungle from Predator. So if you fold the box inside out, it's a Versus box.
Size does matter. We completely agree. So, Allison.
This is pretty cool. This is a Daredevil.
Goopaline. That's kind of nice. I wish they could have sent it to us, I don't know, in the winter. However, it is reversible, so the outside is actually Daredevil. Is it Punisher?
The inside is Punisher.
Okay, that's worth the haul. That's the worst of the haul.
So my problem with it is, though, when you reverse it, you have this weird tag sitting out the back. So
you have to cut very closely.
You got to cut very closely. All right.
That's very cool. I will become a hippie for the summer and wear this, when I go see Fish.
Ironically. T-shirt this month, because now everyone has a T-shirt. This is a Star Trek T-shirt for the Mirror Mirror episode.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. And it's like a little off yellow, so if I get a little sweaty, you can't tell.
Exactly.
That, however, once again, the sizes seem all wrong, because lately they've been making them so the extra larges barely fit me, and that looks like it could fit, like, a very large man.
So this is a paper wallet, a Batman Superman paper wallet. From Mighty Wallet, which is pretty cool. It's made of recycled material. I would never use this because the minute I start sweating, this wallet is a foregone conclusion. It becomes part of your leg.
It becomes a tattoo.
Yeah. It's my new tattoo. I'm going to have a nice Superman sign on my ass cheek. We have a blind box here. It's an Alien vs. Predator blind box. Let's
open it. Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
Feels like an alien.
That's all we really want.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that we don't love Predator. Oh!
All right.
That is lovely.
It's pretty cool looking.
I think we got a good month.
This one is Big Chap. He's actually the rare one. He's 2 of 20.
Fuck yeah.
So that's pretty fun. Big Chap. I will give it to Loot Crate. They are stepping up their pins. This is an Alien versus Predator pin.
They've gone metal.
They've gone
metal. It's been a couple months now,
so
but they've gone metal.
They saw that episode where
Metal!
we dogged them and complained about them, and then they did something about it. We have a exclusive Harlequin comic.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool. It's, I don't know what it has to do with being versus, but it's
Batman?
Sure.
Is that?
That's
it?
it.
That stupid book that comes every month?
Stupid book that comes every month.
I'd say it's a pretty decent Loot Crate month. I'd give that like I don't know, a B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Luke Wright? Good job.
Yeah, good job this month.
I'm still trying to cancel you.
And I'm still trying to figure out, we just got notification today that you guys are releasing a $50 box that's supposed to have $100 worth of stuff in it, and it's every month. And you're going after the saps like me who have money to burn and love to get boxes.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, should I upgrade my $25 box to the $50 box? No, right? No.
I'll take it.
No, because the Marvel box is $25.
The Marvel box is $25. You get it every 2 months, and what did you get in there? The quality far exceeds the price.
Yes, this Mojito, the quality
far out. Dynamite. No, Georgie, we're not going to treat ourselves.
No, treat yourself. Who said that?
Bad idea.
Well, buddy, I love you, George. Anyway, I'm George. This is Hambone. Hambone, how can they get a hold of you?
You can find me at unwinnable.com for my podcast, Eye of the Beer Holder, in which I'm a co-host, and we talk about a lot of...
You're a podcoast?
Yeah.
You're a podcoast.
It's a podcast.
You're my podcoast.
I'm your podcast.
I will fight their podcoast with my podcoast.
We got a pretty solid crew. I'm the co-host of Eye of the Beer Holder.
I'm crazy.
He is crazy, and he's wicked strong. You can find it on unwinnable.com, Eye of the Beer Holder. Great D&D action where we're pretty much in the bag the entire time. You can find me on Periscope at Handbreaker, on Twitter at Handbreaker. Feel free to send me some comments, make suggestions for upcoming shows. I'd love to hear from you.
Well, I'm George, and I can be found at cultofgeorge.com. We now own MaiTaiTV.com, so if you ever want to find the archives, MaiTaiTV.com. I am on Twitter at GOK Creative. I am on Twitter at GOK Creative. I'm on Periscope at Cult of George. There is a cult growing, and it's unstoppable. Join today. Find out where it might take you. Anyhow, call us out, because I'm burping too much.
I'm John Hambone McGuire, the Party Wolf. This is Georgie Bungalow. This has been Mai Tai TV. Aloha, folks.
Перебиты, поломаны крылья, серой болью всю душу свело, кокаина серебряная.